Hey everybody!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another random Q&A. How is everybody doing today? It is Wednesday, May 20th. How you doing, Cody?
You know what? Week 8 or 9, I've lost track of quarantine. I'm pretty bored.
Yeah, and you could see why we're doing a random Q&A because we're bored and there's nothing really else to do. It just make
But not just that. You want to interact with the subscribers.
Yeah,
of
we just want to
course.
talk with you guys, and we already got some questions already from Mr. Fluffy. Fluffy, how are you doing?
Well, we
Deep in
have
the
Fluffy in here. We have
Spongy.
Deep in the Film Score.
Yeah, Samuel, Caps, Yankee 88. They have the post notifications on, which means
They sure do. They're here. They're supporting. They're
yes.
the Noti Gang. Appreciate it, guys.
What's going on, guys? If you're just tuning on in here, guys, this is a random Q&A, so drop your questions right now in the chat. We're going to get right into it, wait for more people to tune on in here. And as always, guys, if you are new to the channel and you're just checking us out for the first time, welcome. And please hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Let's get the thumbs up going already, guys. As you're coming on in here, hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm.
I see 11 people in here. Let's get that like button going,
Let's
guys.
get 11 likes already. Let's go, guys.
Drop your questions because we're going to be here for about an hour or so. We'll just see how it goes.
Talk about stuff, answer questions, and let's get right into it, shall we? All right, so first question comes from Fluffy, Invisible Man or Quiet Place?
I've only seen one of these, so go ahead.
So I'm going to go with The Quiet Place just because I've seen it more times, but I do love The Invisible Man. It's definitely in my top 3 of 2020. But I think A Quiet Place just has more of a resonant story to me. Just a family stuck in a post-apocalyptic world, and they're dealing with these scary monsters, and you can't speak. I just think, like the stakes are more horrifying. But I think The Invisible Man, too, just dived into also a really personal story about a woman dealing with her abusive boyfriend or husband, and then he comes back from the dead. So I think Quiet Place fantastic.
I can't really say much. So.
Yeah, because you haven't seen Invisible Man. Fluffy also asked favorite Lego movie. Definitely. I'm gonna go with Lego Batman just because it's a personal choice because I really like how they poked fun at the previous Batman movies, understood how silly and satire they can be.
Didn't you rank the Lego movies?
I did actually, Fluffy, if you want to go check that out. I did that when Lego Movie 2 came out, but I think Lego Movie's fantastic as well. It's an amazing movie, but for me, I've watched Lego Batman more.
I'm on the train. I think the Lego Movie 2014 is a little overrated, in my personal opinion. It's good. I just don't think it's groundbreaking as people say it is, but yeah, just throwing that out there too.
Yep.
We want to get to some more people's questions too. So,
favorite animated superhero movie?
I'm pretty sure you're going to say Into the Spider-Verse, Ryan.
Yes, Into the Spider-Verse or Incredibles.
Well, you got to pick one. You can't just choose two.
I guess I'll go with Into the Spider-Verse.
Wow.
Best ending in a movie. I'll go with Inception. I think Inception has my favorite film ending of all time.
Are you going to spoil it for people?
I might do a video on this later in the future. So, I mean, Inception's up there.
And, talking more about movies, how about a best twist in the movie?
Inception has a really great twist. Empire Strikes Back's the most obvious one. I'm not going to pick that. I think Fight Club's twist is amazing. If you haven't seen Fight Club, I won't spoil it for you, but I just think that twist is amazing.
So someone's asking us to rank the Madagascar movies right here from worst to best. Guys,
Right.
You got to keep in mind with questions like this
Yes.
that it's very hard to do right on the spot, first off. And two, when was the last time you watched a Madagascar movie?
Like when I was 8.
Right,
The
and
first
you're,
one.
what, how old now?
I'm 24 now.
So it's been some time since Ryan has seen the Madagascar movies, so you'd have to take the time to sit down and watch each of them and then
Exactly.
rank them. So we appreciate the question, but questions like these,
Ranking.
except if you've seen it recently, it's hard to do. So
True. I get comments from people all the time on my newest videos like, can you rank these movies? Like
it's cool to do that, but there has to be a reason behind it, one, and two, there has to be a need for it, if that makes sense.
If you've revisited them, it'll be easy.
Correct. So appreciate the question, but questions like that, it's really difficult to do on the spot. Appreciate that, Samuel.
Thank you, Sammy, for the nice comment.
We just answered this question. How about the scariest movie scene from Yankee?
I'd probably say the end into the Blair Witch Project, just how they filmed it and how they set it up. Just it's something you're not expecting, and the way it's just filmed and the terrible quality, it makes you feel like you're there and wanting to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many scary movies in my life. What's going on, a Holmes kid? Floor Gang or Ceiling Gang? Do you know what that's in reference to?
No, I don't.
Worst superhero movie?
Definitely Superman 4. Just the whole satire of it, and it's a very popular choice. Just go watch the movie and explains why it's my least favorite.
I believe you were asked this on your Instagram Q&A yesterday, but 3 Oscar categories that you'd like to someone asked you to get added. How about get rid of?
I actually like that they shortened the sound category to just best sound, because that just saves time in the categories. I would say just things like makeup and hairstyling. Little documentary.
No, but that's the thing, though. There's people out there that work hard on documentaries. That's a hard question. I feel like all types of films should be recognized. Short films, live action, all types of films should be recognized. So I don't think any of them should be removed, if you ask me personally. And finally, we get the question about the Zack Snyder cut, Ryan, as the news did drop today. And I was wondering how long it was going to take.
Yes, I knew this happened today. I was at work, and I'm actually going to be talking about this Avengers fan, the Fallen for Film podcast. So if you want to hear in-depth thoughts on it, be sure to tune into this week's episode, because we'll be talking about that in depth, also with a guest as well.
Well, technically next week's episode, because you already have this episode's out this week.
But it's very exciting news. It's finally happening, and I can't wait.
Yep. So we know all the questions are coming.
I know Ryan, everybody's going to ask about this. We just wanted to say we'll give you guys my in-depth thoughts on the podcast.
Ryan's excited, saving his in-depth thoughts for the podcast that Ryan just dropped. See, everyone else is bored. So see, it's not just us. What's going on, Levi, Nelson? Colin, we definitely heard about the big movie news. Favorite Wes Anderson film, Ryan?
Got to be Grand Budapest Hotel. I just love the quirkiness about it. And usually with Wes Anderson, a lot of his movies I don't resonate with, but with Grand Budapest Hotel, the quirkiness about him just worked about that in the film. And I just think the performances worked there.
All right. What's going on? Samuel, thoughts on Hulk 03, Ryan?
Garbage. Absolute garbage.
This question we just answered, but Q, shout out to Q.
Shout out to Q. We're not going to talk about the Zack Snyder cut yet. Look forward to the Fallen for Film podcast episode this week. I will talk all about that.
Movie with the best stunt work. I'd say the Mission Impossible.
Definitely Mission Impossible, Fallout, Mad Max Fury Road, Terminator 2. I think Mad Max Fury Road has some of the best practical stunt work I've seen in years.
Has Cody seen Star Wars? No, and I don't plan on to anytime in the near future. Samuel, have you seen Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show?
I've seen a little bit of it, but I got really bored by it. Just doesn't appeal to me, and I know a lot of people feel the same about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just the whole show just doesn't appeal to people.
All right, Dorito Chip. I feel like we get this question pretty much every Q&A, but favorite Michael Bay film?
It's The Rock.
Why? You can't just answer.
Out of all Michael Bay's movies, they're just nonstop nonsense. And with The Rock, it's nonsense, but you get really dumb action, but just memorable performances from Nick Cage, Sean Connery, and all of them. It's easily his best movie.
Are you going to rank the Snyder movies once the new Snyder cut comes out?
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. Yes, no going back.
Yes,
no going back.
Yeah.
Let's see. More epic. Endgame or Return of the King, Ryan?
You can't compare those two because it's a superhero film and an epic fantasy, even though they're very similar in what they were trying to go for. Just with the MCU was like ending off the whole saga, and Lord of the Rings was ending off a huge book series. So
how about one? If you could rewatch one right now, what would it be?
Definitely Endgame, because I've connected more with that universe than Lord of the Rings.
All right. Have you rewatched the Cars movies recently?
No, but I will do a Pixar marathon when Soul comes out. So
Because you're going to re-rank the movies.
re-rank the movies when it does come out.
When
So
Soul comes out. Favorite war movie, Ryan?
Saving Private Ryan or 1917, just on different aspects, but I will go with Saving Private Ryan still, just because Spielberg crafted something that is more emotional. 1917 was an experience of a lifetime, but with Saving Private Ryan, it had more of a connective story to it.
All right, we have 25 people in here. Thank you, guys. Only 13 likes, so make sure we hit that like button,
Yes, guys,
Really,
please
really
hit that
appreciate
like
it.
button.
Action or adventure movies? Why not just combine the two and get action adventure movies?
Action adventure. Yeah.
Favorite historical epic?
Gladiator. Yeah, Gladiator is definitely a historic epic. I
feel like all of our questions right now are coming from Dorito, Deep in the Film's Core, Yankee, and Samuel.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Let's get some more people in here. That would be great. Thoughts on Batman Returns?
Batman Returns is really great. I do prefer it over Tim Burton's 1988-89 Batman because I like more darker sequels. And you get the Penguin played brilliantly by Danny DeVito and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Comedies or drama? I think it just depends on what kind of mood you're in. If you want to laugh, watch a comedy. If you're in for something a little more serious, go for drama. Me personally, I always end towards comedies.
Yeah, I prefer dramas. I'm more of a dramatical impact kind of guy. And comedies, usually some of them don't work for me. Like comedies really subjective.
It's hard to make you laugh.
Yeah. Not really.
Well, you just said you don't like comedies these days.
I love comedies, but now as of recently, I haven't seen like a comedy that I asked.
So I'm saying in 2020, it's hard for you to laugh.
Yeah, so dramas definitely.
How would you rank the Batman films?
I will be.
Or have you ranked them?
I haven't. I will be ranking the Batman movies when Robert Pattinson's Batman comes out next year. I get this question a lot, but I just haven't found the right time yet to do it.
All right, Fan Four Stick or 50 Shades of Grey, Ryan?
Both awful. Definitely Fan Four Stick because it's more of a superhero film, and then 50 Shades of Grey is just unbearably unwatchable.
Biopics or musicals? Again, it just depends on what you're in the mood for. Me, I always tend to go towards musicals.
Yeah, I go towards musicals too.
All right.
We're not gonna answer Snyder Cut. Look forward to the Fallen for Film podcast this week. So, guys, no Snyder Cut stuff. We're gonna dive into that on the podcast.
I know it's the latest breaking news and everyone's excited about it, but Ryan does have a podcast. And one of the reasons you made a podcast was to talk about big movie news like that because your channel isn't really known about talking about the movie
Yes,
news.
and the topic for this video is not about the Snyder Cut. It's about a Q&A. But I'm saving my thoughts, like my excitement for the podcast.
Cool. Okay, so Oscar's in here. He said he rewatched SpongeBob Out of the Water. He didn't like it. And I call it the SpongeBob out of the last time you ever seen that movie. Yeah, I remember seeing that movie as a kid. Yeah. And it's been a while, and I know there's a new SpongeBob movie coming out.
Sponge Out of Water. I did see that most recent 2015 one in theaters, and I enjoyed it, actually. All
right. Sorry, we just scrolled up on the chat a little bit. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, everybody, so much for being in here.
We got Dorito asking you your best Fincher movie ending.
I just talked about it. Fight Club.
Oh, you did?
The whole everything. Just watch it. I'm sure you have.
Fantasies or historicals?
It depends what you're in the mood for, but the fantasies just seem more fun to me.
Thoughts on the ending of Cars? I mean, how does it end?
I mean, I like when Lightning saves the Dynaco car. Just shows he wasn't really selfish from the movie. It shows he had a little arc. But it's just, fine.
We got Christopher in here asking a very personal question. I would just say to you, sir, it doesn't really matter to you.
That's none of your business.
Best movie of 2012?
The Avengers. Actually, I'm going to go Django Unchained. That was actually my 11th favorite film of all time. Definitely Django.
This also relates to a video you did. You rated your favorite movie from every year you've been alive.
I did, yes. And if you saw, actually, in that video, I picked The Avengers, but rewatching Django put it over. It's definitely between those two.
What's going on, Max? Crime or thrillers?
Thrillers.
Will you be ranking the Blue Sky movies soon? How many movies is that? Anyways? Isn't that also associated with Disney, too?
Yeah, it's Fox. Probably never.
When do they have a new movie coming out? I guess.
Yeah.
Westerns or wars?
War movies.
Let's see. Symbiote Sam, do you think anyone will honestly surpass Ledger's Joker?
It's a personal question, like whatever you prefer for your Joker. But Heath Ledger has always been my Joker. Then Joaquin just did his own interpretation. So you can't compare the two because they're completely different takes.
It's true. Yeah, again, it just
Nicholson
depends
as
on
well.
what you like. I mean, I really loved Joaquin's performance, but again, I haven't seen The Dark Knight, so then there's that. Horror or mysteries? You know what, Ryan? It is what it is.
Horror.
You haven't seen The Godfather. Horror or mysteries?
You haven't seen Lord of the Rings. Horror.
I'm not a big fan of either one, to be honest with you. Sci-fi or animated? I'm gonna go with animated. That's my favorite genre of film.
Yeah, animated.
Let's see here. Yeah, Dorito, we didn't understand that hashtag question, so you might want to just maybe elaborate for us. Cody, your favorite Halloween movie? I mean, very specific question. I mean, the only Halloween movies I can think of I haven't seen, so I guess I can't answer that one for you. Celebrity crushes, just a few to name off.
Emilia Clarke, Daisy Ridley, Gal Gadot, Margot Robbie, Vanessa Kirby.
Who's not? Natalie Portman. Oh man,
Florence Pugh,
Haley Steinfeld, just to name a few. Favorite John Carpenter film?
The Thing.
The Thing.
I love that movie.
Badass one-liners, Ryan. Can you think of any? Just give me one right now.
That's got to be a Terminator one. I'll be back.
Perfect. What's your brother's favorite film? Like our favorite film together?
Yeah, you guys know my favorite movie, so Cody.
I mean, this is hard for me. I don't really like picking favorites if you ask me, but I always go with The Sandlot. It's just quotable and memorable. How would you grade Kill Bill 1 and 2?
They're both great.
Didn't you review both on your channel?
I did, yeah, but it was the 3.5, 4 out of 5.
Okay, so I guess letter grades, what would you give both?
I give Kill Bill Volume 1, I give that a B+. Volume 2 would be a B.
Grade for Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Max Bolton, how would you grade each prequel Star Wars film?
A lot of great questions. The Phantom Menace, I said it was a C+, that one. Attack of the Clones is definitely a D. And Revenge of the Sith is a B.
Have you seen The Big Lebowski, Ryan?
Yeah, I have seen The Big Lebowski. It's one of my favorite comedies.
Grade for Suicide Squad.
F.
Wow. Okay. Thoughts on the Donner cut of Superman 2? Have you seen it?
I have not seen the Donner cut.
Henry Wen, you're definitely a new name I have not seen before. Please let us know what was your first video of Ryan's. Let us know. And he asks you, do you like the Star Wars sequel trilogy? Very touchy subject.
With how it ended, it was awful. But I love The Force Awakens, and I really like The Last Jedi, and I hate The Rise of Skywalker. That was just an embarrassment of how they ended that whole entire trilogy. So if you ask, like, do I love the trilogy as a whole?
He's asking, do you like? Not love, but like.
I don't like it. It was very underwhelming.
It was a mixed bag.
Very mixed bag.
Max is asking if we've watched the live-action Peter Pan. I have not seen that. Have you?
The Pan one, or if that's another one you're thinking of, but definitely not. No.
Favorite Al Pacino performance?
I'm definitely the wrong person to ask this because I've not seen The Godfather 1 and 2, but I have always loved Al Pacino and Scarface and The Irishman most recently. But yeah, I got to get on the Godfather shit, and I got the Blu-ray up there. So.
Best trilogy, Star Wars OG or Lord of the Rings? So the original trilogy or Lord of the Rings is what he's asking.
Definitely the OG Star Wars trilogy because of rewatch, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is like 12 plus hours long.
Mm-hmm.
But I love both trilogies. I love Lord of the Rings as well, but Star Wars was what I grew up with.
I see Zach Pope way down in the chat. What's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach, what's going on, man? Big, exciting stuff. How you doing, Zach? If you want to drop some questions, throw them in.
Speaking of questions, what's your thoughts on The Departed, Ryan?
The Departed is my favorite Martin Scorsese movie. It's kind of biased because I'm from Massachusetts, but The Departed's fantastic. It won Best Picture, and Martin Scorsese, the way he directed it, was just so gritty to me. And I love Matt Damon and Leo in it.
Lethal Weapon or RoboCop?
Definitely Lethal Weapon. I just think Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, they're some of the best duos in action.
All right, we can't answer the Godfather question since you have not seen it. Would you give A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 a D for the visuals? Have you seen that one?
I have. I have.
Oh, okay.
I binge watched the Nightmare movies because of Jay Vaders, and I do like Jackie Earl Haley as Freddy Krueger, but that movie was just awful, just awful.
MCU question for you, Ryan. Least anticipated MCU Phase 4 movie and show.
This is a video, but I'd probably go with Shang-Chi right now just because I'm not into the character.
You don't know too much
I don't
about
know
it.
anything
Yeah.
about the character. Next would be the Eternals, but I just love the cast. But Shang-Chi, I haven't fully invested with the storyline.
For me, I'll go with Doctor Strange 2. I'm just not really. I didn't really like the first one, so I don't know.
But Sam Raimi's directing it.
I don't. Yeah,
That gets
I guess
me
so. But
really
still,
pumped.
probably just because of the character
Speaking of
alone.
Doctor Strange, I'm actually currently rewatching that.
And the show, I guess WandaVision. I'll go with that, I guess. Least favorite musical? I know what your answer is.
Oh, yeah.
Cats.
Meow.
Cats. Have you seen Fuller House on Netflix? Yes, actually. So we loved Full House growing up as kids. We watched that all the time. They came out with Fuller House. Yeah, I watched the first, I don't know how many seasons they have, but I watched it. I don't know if they've made any new ones recently, but I enjoyed it. What's up, Jose?
Hey, what's up, Jose?
Let's say favorite Batman suit, Ryan.
Actually speaking, I really love Robert Pattinson's Batman suit. I can't wait to see that. But definitely Ben Affleck. I think he has the most badass Batman suit we've ever seen. And just Batman in particular, I think Ben Affleck is the strongest by far we have seen.
So we got 30 people in here, guys. You're awesome for all
30
being
thumbs
here.
up, guys. You're awesome.
But only 18 likes. Let's get that
18.
up, guys.
Come on, guys. Let's get to 30.
You guys are
30 thumbs
awesome.
up.
Thank you
Come
very
on
much.
now.
Yes, Max, you did hear correctly. I have not seen a Star Wars film. Hey, it is what it is. We're all different people. Favorite superhero suit in a movie, Ryan?
Ben Affleck's Batman, as what I was just talking about. I love the Iron Man suit, bro. That Iron Man suit's just great.
Favorite comedy, Ryan?
When people ask me my favorite comedy, it's definitely The School of Rock. Yeah.
You know, we watched Step Brothers for the first time recently, and that skyrocketed up to my favorite comedy.
Yeah, and I think School of Rock is my favorite comedy.
Hilarious.
Rewatch The School of Rock, guys. It's so good.
Great for Ron Zombie's Halloween.
F. I do not
Yikes.
like any Rob Zombie Halloween movie.
Henry, favorite animated movie? I think you did a video.
I did favorite movies of all time. Go check that out. It's The Lion King.
That's for both of us. Our
Yeah.
favorite animated film for sure. What's up, Patrick Burrow in here?
Hey, Patrick Burrow. Long time no see, man. How have you been doing during this quarantine?
Most awkward theater experience. He got a 50 Shades of screener. Seat was next to my business teacher. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. I actually do have a most recent weird experience.
Let's hear it.
It
Have
was
I heard this?
I don't think you
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Sleep. It was an early advanced Fandango screening. Went with my buddy Cedric. And the movie didn't start for like 30 minutes.
Oh.
And the pain is the movie was 2.5 hours long. And so
man.
it was at 7 o'clock and we waited until 7:30.
So it felt like a 3-hour movie. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
and we were next to some really awkward people. And
Good.
And then 7:30, yes, they had to fix the whole projector because it was a new projector they were putting in.
I wonder if that affect your thoughts on just Dr. Sleep.
No, it didn't. No,
Okay.
no, it didn't. But I just thought the movie was just not for me.
Gotcha.
It was disappointing for me.
If you had to get rid of 5 movies in the world, what would it be?
That's
See, that's a hard question to
Yeah.
answer because if you get rid of them, then people can't figure out what a bad movie is. You know?
True. And that's
So,
just harsh.
It's hard to get rid of something like that. Good question, kind of a unique question too, but it's kind of not really fair to answer, I guess. Best video game movie. What's up, Jacob Andrews Reviews?
Hey,
That's
what's
a
up,
new
Jacob?
face.
If you're new here, please let me know what your first video you saw of me. Best video game movie's got to be Detective Pikachu, actually.
Ooh.
Out of the ones I've seen, that's the one I really enjoyed the most.
Yankee's asking a good question about the algorithm, and when you say that, what does that mean?
Trust me, I was just like you, man, when I was first starting out YouTube. Like, what the hell is algorithm? What is hit the like button? Oh, hit the like button and all that. It's what everybody says at the start of their videos. It gets people to watch the video, click the like button, and subscribe.
It brings more faces into the community. The like button gets YouTube's way of saying, oh wow, people are actually in here. It'll just spread the word of the channel more. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Are there any pre-existing movies you haven't seen that you plan on watching? Drury Doll is asking. So a movie, Godfather trilogy you just bought. So that's a good trilogy.
A lot of
right
classic movies from the 70s, 60s.
Do you know what movie that is?
Grade for Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the Pirates movies I don't like. At World's End and on Stranger Tides are the ones I don't like. The other ones I really enjoy. At World's End was just a snooze fest. Too long, boring storyline. And to be honest, I can't really talk about it much because I have not seen the Pirates movies in a long time. I plan to rewatch them very soon.
What's up, Joseph? He's asking your most violent movie you've ever watched.
The Raid 2. But it's
Raid
awesome. The Raid 2 is awesome, but violent as hell.
Max, we were referring to the Justice League Snyder Cut news. What's going on, Scott? Worst animated film, Ryan?
Definitely Food Fight. Food Fight, the Emoji Movie. But Food Fight is just an embarrassment to why you even made that movie.
I'm not going to answer this question because I don't see bad animated films. I only see good ones.
I don't blame you.
Do you like Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face?
No.
Have you seen Sinister?
No, I'm not like a diehard horror junkie. That's one I have not seen.
I'm not sure if you talked about this on the podcast, Ryan.
I did add it in, but we didn't because Collins.
So cool. We can talk about it here. Did you hear that Hamilton's moving to Disney Plus?
Yes, Cody's really pumped. I'm really pumped. I love. Cody's the one who really loves.
I love Hamilton. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I like
to begin
the music
with.
in it.
He's such a creative genius and one of the coolest people in the world right now. He's doing big stuff. He has In the Heights coming out too next year now. But I'm really excited for it. I mean, I know all the music. I have the album on my phone. So to be able to watch the play and on Disney Plus, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Yes,
Have you seen The Legend of Korra?
No, I have not.
Sorry, we bumped up here in the chat a little bit.
We got so many questions.
Sorry,
you guys
we are
so
behind.
much.
We're gonna keep up here. Thoughts on Kate and Leopold, Ryan?
Have no thoughts. I have not seen it.
It's a good question. Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man?
Easy. Rocket Man. Just did everything way better than Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody was just a really stereotypical biopic that didn't have any emotion.
Also, a funny question here. Most uncomfortable movie to watch with your mom? We actually watched Step Brothers with our mom for the first time.
Step Brothers.
There's a couple of awkward scenes in there.
Yep. Very awkward. But she enjoyed it.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You have had to have watched the movie with your mom to answer this question, and you really watch movies by yourself these days.
Yeah, the most uncomfortable movies to watch with my mom is anything that's,
Let's see here. How do you feel about the overused 2020 is bad memes? Oh, you did this, right?
I'm part of it, but
you've added to it.
So the newest meme people talk about my goals and then 2020.
Right.
Yeah. So
I mean,
it's funny, but
people are bored in quarantine. What are you gonna do? Thoughts on Hurricane Heist? Did you see that one, or did you skip it?
No,
you didn't see it.
It didn't look good.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, no.
Let's see. Dorito Chip is asking, what tips do you have for just starting a podcast? So I don't know if you're the right person to ask because you're just starting yours too. But
actually, for what I can say,
yeah, but you can give a little bit, I guess.
I actually do have a video coming out for starting a YouTube channel, but for podcasts, if you wanted to learn more like the technical stuff about getting your podcast set up, I'm definitely not that person.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say,
just do it. Get started. That was the perfect time.
Do your research. There's a lot of videos that
do research.
On YouTube.
Absolutely. Sound like you know what you're talking about, because if people sound like you don't, then they're not going to watch you.
Right.
Be entertaining as well. Come up with fun things to talk about, not just really lazy, boring stuff to talk about. Just bring some cool excitement. Also have a co-host as well.
Well, you don't have to, but it doesn't hurt. It's nice to talk off of somebody. Have guests. Yeah,
have guests from time to time. But if you feel comfortable doing it by yourself, then do it.
How are you doing? Wow, that's such like a nice question,
That's a
Scott.
great question. I'm
Thank you.
doing great.
I know you're an essential employee, so you're keeping busy.
I'm working full time every single day, only having one day off making bread, but hey, I'm still doing YouTube videos.
Me, on the other hand, I work from home and it gets very boring and I miss like human interaction. So this talking to you guys is probably the highlight of my week so far.
True.
You inspired me to watch Django. Thank you, because it's my favorite Tarantino movie. Look at that.
Hey, you watched it. Glad you loved it, man. I love Django Unchained. It's so badass and just the most rewatchable Tarantino movie for me.
It's been a while. It's been out a while, but have you seen Necrotronic? It's so. What did you think? I watched it last night. Thought it was pretty cool.
Have not gotten into that one. I have heard of it, but
Where is it on? Do you know? Do you know where you can find it? Where can you find it, Jacob?
hang on, let me look that up.
Okay, we'll go to Dorito's question next while you're looking that up. What about Brad Pitt yelling about boxes?
What's in the box? Seven's a great movie as well.
Yep. Worst thing about Freddy's Dead, Ryan. I've not seen these movies, so
Just the whole movie.
okay.
Freddy's laugh is like so bad.
Favorite non-movie YouTuber? This is a good question. There's definitely a few.
That is a fantastic question.
Oh boy, let me try and think off the top of my head. Who do I watch? I know you watch Eric the Electric. You watch Ken Dalmick food reviews.
I watch these like competitive eaters.
Yeah, those are fun, kind of fun.
Matt
to me.
Stoney.
Who
Who else do I watch? We watch fantasy football people.
Yeah, I mean we're
The
big into fantasy football.
The fantasy headliners. Stephen A. Smith on ESPN.
Yeah, those are a few right there for you. You watch Back to the Future for the first time. What are your thoughts on those movies?
If you watch my favorite movies of all time, I love the Back to the Future trilogy. I think all three are perfect. I have the Blu-rays. I need to revisit them very soon because I've seen them a couple times.
All right, if you were to have lunch with any actor or actress, who would it be? Good question.
Great question. Probably Robert Downey Jr. for sure. Any MCU actor.
Yeah, he'd have a lot to talk about with him.
Mhm.
He's been through so much.
Kevin Feige.
Not an actor, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hugh Jackman. Timothy Chalamet.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Actresses, Margot Robbie, Ana de Armas. That's another one of my celeb crushes.
Those are a few. Meryl Streep, because I'm sure she has a
Meryl
bunch of
Streep.
stories too.
Florence Pugh.
Best part of The Wolf of Wall Street, Ryan, right off the top of your head, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The opening. Just the opening 10 minutes of just Jordan Belfort just talking about Wall Street, hookers and blow.
Norm of the North or the Emoji Movie, Ryan? If you had to sit and watch one right now, what are you watching?
Norm of the North.
Favorite Heath Ledger performance that's not the Joker? Good question.
Brokeback Mountain.
Jaws or Aliens?
Alien.
Grade for the X-Men The Last Stand. You didn't hate everything about it, right?
D-.
That's your grade, but okay, so that means you didn't hate everything. What did you like?
Thing I liked was Wolverine.
Just okay.
Hugh Jackman.
Okay. Favorite film of your brother? Of me? The Sandlot. The Sandlot is usually my go-to. It's just a fun little movie. It's about kids playing baseball in a neighborhood and some stuff goes down. So I'd go with that. Should I watch Benjamin Button on Netflix? Have you even seen that?
Yeah, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, David Fincher. Definitely. That's his most underrated.
Yes. So, Jed, we already talked about this, but since there's new people coming in, Ryan is saving his thoughts on the Snyder Cut being announced for his podcast, the Falling for Film podcast. You're filming it this weekend upcoming, and it'll be out this upcoming Monday.
Yep. Look forward to in-depth thoughts on it.
Favorite Rugrats movie? It's been a while.
The Paris movie.
Yeah, I'll go with the Paris one. Okay. Samuel's asking your least favorite and favorite animated movie. So favorite is The Lion King for both of us, and least favorite for you is
Food Fight.
Favorite Bond movie so far? Again,
Casino Royale. That seems to be everyone's favorite.
Dorito's asking if you've seen They Live.
No.
JM, hello there, is asking, would you want a Darth Maul series?
So yes, everyone's been saying the Clone Wars really deepens Darth Maul. Haven't visited the Clone Wars yet. I will before Mandalorian season 2, obviously, because of all the characters. Ahsoka. I would love a Darth Maul series because he's like one of the most fascinating Star Wars characters that could easily get his own series, especially at the end of Solo. with his cameo.
Mhm.
Sam Witwer can return as the voice.
Yep. So Falcon B. Hopefully, you just heard our thoughts on that.
Yeah, we're not talking that.
You will in your
The
podcast.
podcast. So look forward to this upcoming episode.
How would you grade Toy Story 4?
It's an A.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch it. I mean, I really liked it when I first saw it. We were in the theater together. I cried, not as much as Toy Story 3, but I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I'd have to rewatch it though.
It's a great movie.
It's definitely in the A somewhere. I'd say maybe B plus at lowest. I don't know why you'd want us to say that, Nicholas. Favorite Bruce Willis movie?
Die Hard.
Yep, JM, we've already been asked that question. What's up, Julie Madden? Good
Hey,
to see
Julie
you in
Madden.
here.
How's it going?
Great on Dark Phoenix.
It's bad. Definitely an F. Like, that movie is just
Nothing about it you enjoyed?
It just, they had potential, but just the whole movie
It was just such a letdown.
Such a mess.
Okay.
Like, everything surrounding it.
Wow, we're just now getting to Zach's comment. Wow,
Hey,
we are so
Zach.
behind. Sorry, guys.
Yes, we got lots of
Um,
comments here. Zach Pope.
Great for
Sorry.
Iron 1 and 2.
Iron Man is great. Definitely an A minus. Iron Man 2 is a C plus.
And yeah, guys, obviously, if you haven't checked out Zach Pope, please do. Awesome guy, great guy.
Fantastic.
Great content over there for sure. Have you seen a Captain Sabretooth? I'm not sure what that is. Do you know what that is?
I don't think I've seen that.
Lots of love for Zach. He deserves it for sure. Thoughts on Julian McMahon? I'm not sure who that is either. Do you?
She's all right.
What is she from? Do you know?
I mean,
I don't know. You look that up, and I'll read this next question from Dreary Doll. Which Star Wars trilogy would you rather watch right now, the prequels or the sequels, Ryan?
the prequels.
The prequels, right? Because the sequels were just letdowns.
I don't want to revisit Rise of Skywalker.
You're gonna have to one day.
Yeah.
Scott is asking you, please explain to me what SJW. Why do people bring it up?
SJW stands for Social Justice for Women. Socially Justice Women. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But basically people who talk about women's rights in movies, like they want to support more lead women in films, basically. And they're bashing mostly masculinity, males and all that. Pretty much SJWs is people who stand up for women and to get more voices, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Thoughts on the Wolf of Wall Street? I think you've already touched on this, right?
I love Wolf of Wall Street. I know it's Zach's favorite movie of all time.
Dark Knight Rises or Spider-Man? First Spider-Man from Raimi.
I gotta go with The Dark Knight Rises. Actually, I just love that movie. I think it's super underappreciated.
Zach coming in here with two questions for us. He's asking, "What's a?" You want to read it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's a movie that you guys haven't seen yet but really want to? The Godfather 1 and 2.
Not the whole trilogy, right? You want to watch?
I know
just
the third one's not that great.
I know, but you still want to watch them all. For me, Jojo Rabbit is at the top of my list.
A great movie.
I want to watch that movie. I've heard great things about it. Oh, there's so many, dude.
There's so many movies I have that I haven't seen yet.
Oh, I can think of as Jojo Rabbit now. So I want to watch that. It seems like something I would enjoy. So I'm going to say Jojo
Godfather
Rabbit.
1 and 2 is the one I can think of.
And then Zach also asked us the hardest thing about making a video. Also a very good question. What's the hardest thing about making a video, Ryan?
For sure, thinking of things you want to talk about. You write stuff down, but it's hard to express what you want to talk about in depth. I would
Sometimes
say.
It's hard.
Yeah, looking up things, research, and all that. Everyone does that jazz.
You know what? Honestly, I don't make videos, but I think the hardest thing, just from like watching other people in the space do what you guys do, I think the hardest thing is being original. I think there's a lot of people that try to be somebody that already exists, and it just comes across negatively. But I think...
and people nowadays, they compare you to this YouTuber or that YouTuber. I definitely agree with that. You know, originality is very hard to come by now these days because maybe you're coming up with something that someone else has already done it, but it's the way you do it. The way you be yourself is what makes it stand out.
But I will also give people this. Movie critics, movie reviewers on YouTube, it's also very hard to be original, okay? because you're all pretty much doing the same thing, right? You're giving the things you liked about the movie, then the things you didn't like, and then you're giving your score. Everyone does that, but it's how you do it in your video that's different than everyone else. So I will give credit that it is hard to be original for in the space that you are in, but at the same time, you got to find your own voice somehow. Let's see here. Symbiote Sam is asking if you've watched Game of Thrones.
I have watched Game of Thrones. I actually did a ranking for all 8 seasons because I didn't do that because I watched Game of Thrones for the first time last year. Fantastic show, awful finale.
He's asking about what you thought of the final season.
Also. Very disappointing. Didn't end in the strongest way, but I actually liked the first 3 episodes, including the long night. But just how they ended it was awful, just awful.
Well, Zach flipped the question and asked what your favorite thing is to do when making a video.
Oh, favorite thing is for sure just, talking about the movies because I love talking about movies. I love making videos, just setting things up, getting photos, everything to make a video, and just talking to a camera. It's something I feel comfortable doing, and just talking during a video is just the best thing.
I think for me, my favorite thing about editing a new video every time is that it's kind of like, it feels like getting a new game. You know what I mean? Like whenever you get a new game and play it for the first time, you get those chills and you're excited and there's that anticipation. That's how I feel about when I'm editing. Like it's this new project to do. You want to put your best effort out there for that video, and you have to have that same mindset. So I think that's my favorite part for sure, is just the adrenaline rush of, oh, wow, new video. Here we go. Favorite, thank you so much, Zach, for stopping in. Favorite De Niro Scorsese collaboration?
For me personally, definitely Goodfellas. That is just a classic that everyone loves.
Favorite Raimi movie?
Spider-Man 2. That's one of the best sequels ever made.
Speaking of Spider-Man 2, grades for each one.
The first Spider-Man is fantastic, very cheesy, definitely a B+. Spider-Man 2 is an A+. Spider-Man 3 is probably a C.
Favorite horror remake, Ryan?
Mine
would probably be
The Thing. The Thing. That's an A+ for me.
Oldest movie you've seen? Good question.
Probably The Wizard of Oz, probably, because Citizen Kane was 1941.
When did Casablanca come out?
1942.
Would that be the oldest, or would it still be?
No, Citizen. I think Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Would probably be the oldest movie I've seen.
Have you seen his Dark Materials? I haven't seen that one.
Dark Materials? I think
his Dark Materials.
No. Haven't
seen that one either, Jacob. Sorry. Can you show us your action figure collection someday if it doesn't have to be big?
That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much see them in every live stream we
Black
do.
Panther, Killmonger, Batman, Thanos.
Is there any over there somewhere?
There's Thanos.
Yeah, so it's not a big collection. What you're seeing is pretty much what it is.
So that'd be a boring video.
You agree that Megan Fox is really trying in movies?
She does try, but the material that's handed to her was just not great. And she does have potential to be a great actress, and she has shown that in some movies she's been in. It's not the Transformers movies.
Cool. Prequel trilogy or sequel trilogy for entertainment purposes, Ryan? If you want to watch and be entertained, not so much just watch and be a critic, what are you going to watch?
Probably the sequel trilogy, the first Last Jedi and Force Awakens.
Okay. Hey, we got Ronald in here.
Hey, Ronald. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
We're going to plug it again because Ronald's awesome. Ryan was recently interviewed by Ronald over on Ronald's channel. Just really talking about his growth on YouTube and
getting real
personal, stuff, questions too. So please go check that out.
It's a fantastic interview, guys. If you want to know more about me personally that you didn't know, go check that out.
There's the channel name right there. And please go tell Ronald we sent you over there when you go watch it. Okay, I'll let you read this.
He says, O'Toole Brothers, love seeing you guys. Question, have you guys watched Avatar? Yes, I have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's on Netflix.
It is, and he's asking who your favorite character is.
Aang.
Not Ong, right?
Not Ong. Aang is just an amazing character.
You excited to rewatch that?
I am. Yeah, I'm totally going to binge watch that again.
Grade for Elektra?
Elektra's an F.
Okay. Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
No. I have not.
RoboCop remake or Total Recall remake?
Probably the RoboCop remake.
Okay. Do you two like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel? Good question. I think it's too early to say.
It's too early, yeah.
I think it was unfair for her to have to do Endgame first.
Yes.
So that's not her fault. She
not
had to do
her fault.
Endgame first before she did her solo movie. So I have to like respect that. Like, she didn't really understand her character before, like, you know what I mean? Captain Marvel came first and then it was Endgame, but she filmed this Endgame first.
True.
So like it's kind of hard to say. I think we need to see more of her to make an opinion.
Yeah, the way they introduced her character just wasn't strong yet. I'm not sold on it. It's kind of like a Doctor Strange for me. I wasn't sold on him in his first movie.
True.
With more time and development, I think Captain Marvel could be one of the best MCU.
Let's give it some time. Give it some time for sure.
Yeah.
Grade for Halloween 2, 81.
Oh, Halloween 2 is really good. I'd go with a B-.
Have you guys talked about the new Scream 5? Have you seen any?
I've not seen any of the Scream movies.
Maybe you should for Halloween.
And yeah, I will be watching all those because of Scream 5 coming out.
Cool.
Don't kill me.
Favorite Wes Craven movie?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Worst movie theater experience video. Oh, they want to see you do a video on it.
I could do a video on this.
Do you have a lot though?
But the thing is, yeah, I don't have a lot to do a video like that.
Yeah, I mean, you've been going to the movie theaters religiously for like 4 years
Yeah,
now?
but I haven't had really awful experiences recently where people are
right, so it would be a boring video kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a boring video. But in the future, sure.
Max is asking if you're going to make your 30 worst movies of all time.
I have not seen as much bad movies as great movies, because why would I watch a lot of crap?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not taking it out of the question or the proportion.
Why talk negatively about film when you can talk about the good things about it?
True. That's why I do like a top 10 worst of the year. Like, that's the only time we could talk fun negativity.
Right, because it's like entertaining. Cringy jokes in films. Do you have any off the top of your head, Ryan?
What are those?
From Black Panther. Grade for Deep Blue Sea Killer Shark movie.
I'm the Spy. That's another cringeworthy joke
from
Rise of Skywalker. Grade for Deep Blue Sea. I have not seen the Deep Blue Sea movies.
All right, and Sam's asking if you've seen any of the Friday the 13th movies.
No.
And what's your favorite bad movie? The Room.
Oh, yeah, The Room, for sure. It's a classic bad movie.
Would you rather watch Batman and Robin or Fant Four Stick, Ryan?
Batman and Robin, for sure. It's the more watchable. Just, you can laugh at it. Fan Four Stick, you want to, gouge your eyes out.
So, we appreciate these questions, but it's kind of hard to come up with grades on the spot. I mean, if you want to
I've talked about the Amazing Spider-Man movies and the Fallen for Film podcast, Spongy, most recent episode. I don't like both of them very much.
And then the Tom ones,
The Tom Holland ones, I enjoy them. They do have issues, though.
Well, to reply, I'm doing during quarantine. Aussie has lifted a lot of restrictions. That's good. And the pandemic is basically over. Good.
That's
I've
great.
been an essential worker the whole time. So Ryan's been an essential worker too. So
essential.
Shout out to the essential workers out there. And I'm glad that you're still able to go out and do things now. We're still here in a pandemic.
Yankee, is this even a question? Yeah.
That's your number 4?
That's my 4th favorite movie of all time. Pretty much a majority of people have seen it. Yes. Watch Whiplash.
Hey, and Ryan's been good. You saw Django Unchained because of Ryan.
Yes. Watch Whiplash, man. It is phenomenal. It is so good.
Oh, and Jacob said first review he saw was a John Wick review, I think.
Ooh. Was it the first one? Was it the second? I know I did the second one back in 2017.
So maybe one of the newer ones.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But thank you for subscribing and welcome.
X-Men Apocalypse. Grade.
I did a review on this way back when, but that review hasn't stood. I actually enjoyed some things about Apocalypse. I'd probably give it a C because I do love Michael Fassbender. The whole Magneto stuff is phenomenal. Yep. And the Quicksilver stuff was cool. But yeah.
So Celeste, you might not have been here when we talked about this, but Ryan is saving his thoughts on the Justice League cut coming from Zack Snyder. He's going to be talking about it in his podcast next week with Colin in the
this upcoming episode.
So look forward to his thoughts there. Least favorite horror movie?
Freddy's Dead.
Power Rangers or Voltron?
Power Rangers.
Grade for Power Rangers 2017.
Again, haven't seen it. Only saw it once, so I can't really.
Well, you make sure you're careful how you word that. You did see it. It's been a while.
I did see this movie. I did a review on it. You can go check it out. But I haven't revisited it. I've only seen it once, so it's hard to give a grade.
Right, and you wanted more from it, but they've already said they're not doing more.
I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed that movie. I wanted a sequel, but it wasn't coming out.
I don't think it is. I think
It's
they've
not.
confirmed saying that it's not.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Grade for Jurassic World.
I can talk about it. I really enjoyed Jurassic World. I'd probably give it a C.
You agree that Joel Schumacher is a great actor?
He's a great director, but his way of telling those Batman movies his intention was to make them just to sell toys.
Correct. I said actor. Sorry, my fault.
The Lost Boys. He's a great filmmaker, but the way he made those Batman movies was for the wrong reasons.
Do you like motorcycle or monster trucks? I mean, I haven't been on either, but if I had to choose one, both are pretty unsafe. So I don't think I'd want to be on either one, to be honest with you. Random question, but Ryan, do you like quesadillas?
Yeah, I love Mexican food. Like anything. Tacos, burritos, quesadillas.
Overrated and underrated movies?
Birdman, Dunkirk
Are
overrated, underrated. I've talked a lot about Gavin O'Connor's movies being really underrated. Also, on the Fallen for Film podcast, we do a segment called Underrated and Overrated Movie Picks of the Week. So if you want to check those sections of the podcast, you can see a lot of the ones I've chosen because I think...
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You have an underrated and overrated segment on your podcast. So.
Yeah, so if you want to go check that out, Sammy, it's a segment we do every
right, and Ryan gives a weekly overrated and underrated pick as well as Colin. Do you know who Mel Brooks is, Ryan? Isn't that the voice Marlon?
No, you're thinking of Albert Brooks.
Oh.
I had to look him up just to refresh my memory. Oh yeah, I do know Mel Brooks.
Yes. Do you agree that Megan Fox is beautiful? Yes.
Yeah,
she is. Would you prefer cake, ice cream, brownies, pies, or tiramisu?
I've not had tiramisu.
Ice cream.
Definitely ice cream.
I would go with ice cream. Let's see. What's going on, Devin Dubay?
That's right. Empire Strikes Back, 40th anniversary, baby.
My favorite movie of all time.
My favorite movie of all time. That's when it came out.
And Devin, you're a new face. Let us know what video you found from Ryan first. That would be great. Would you rather go deaf or go blind? Neither.
I want to be able to see.
I'd rather want to be able to see, so
Deaf.
I guess deaf if I had to pick one.
Same thing for the Fantastic Beasts movies. Haven't revisited them in a while. I think Where to Find Them is way better than Crimes of Grindelwald.
All right. Did you know Mickey Rooney plays the Asian neighbor in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I have not seen that movie.
All right. What movie YouTuber inspires you the most, Ryan?
Yeah, Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, the Schmoes know, just the very typical three.
Favorite Star Wars YouTuber? Are there Star Wars YouTubers
Alex, what's his name? From the Schmoedown.
Oh, Sam Worthington?
Star Wars Explained.
Oh.
Alex Damon, is that his name? He's a great YouTuber, guys. Go check him out. He does amazing Star Wars Explained videos. He's my favorite.
Have you heard of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives hosted by Guy Fieri on the Food Network?
No, I don't watch that.
Grade for Batman Forever, Ryan?
It's D-.
Favorite Mel Gibson performance?
Braveheart. Braveheart.
Most overlooked movie of all time?
Mission Impossible?
Is that overlooked? I don't know. I mean, maybe when they think of Mission Impossible movies, they don't talk about the first one.
I think School of Rock, for sure. That's the
of
most
all time?
That's probably my
one
pick.
that comes off the top of your head. Favorite Office episode so far, and how are you enjoying it?
I put it on hold, but I'm loving The Office. My favorite episode so far is the either the Dundee Award episode from season 2 or the That's What She Said episode. I don't remember which one from season 2.
Do you love Paul Newman?
Yeah, I love Paul Newman. He's a great actor.
Do you know? Do the Matthew McConaughey chess beat? Okay. What's going up, Elias Guzman? Fortnite is trash. Am I right? So here's where I stand on Fortnite. I love Fortnite when it came out. I played it a bunch. Played it for a long time. Even played it like in 2020 a little bit this year. I've moved over to Call of Duty Warzone. I enjoy it more. I like the more grounded, boots on the ground feel to it. It feels more realistic. I think I'm slowly moving away from Fortnite again, but I had fun with it, so I got to respect it. Emoji Movie had nice animation. Do you agree?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Willoughbys?
I did a review on it. Go check it out. It's awful.
Review on the channel.
So bad.
Is Interstellar overrated, Ryan?
No, it is underrated. I love Interstellar.
I can't believe it's turning 40 years old. That's crazy, Ryan, huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Grade for Venom.
Did a review on it. D+ or C-.
What makes Food Fight worse than the Emoji Movie, Ryan?
Just everything. Go watch it.
Do you agree that Black Panther's overrated?
I don't agree Black Panther's overrated, but I understand why people do.
John Wayne or Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Thoughts on A Good Day to Die Hard? Jacob Powell,
Why?
Again, we're saving Ryan's thoughts.
Again,
for
guys,
his
no
podcast.
Zack Snyder comments. We're saving all that for the podcast episode this weekend.
All right, Iron Man 3 and the Incredible Hulk. So I think this is going to be the last for the grade questions, okay? We're going to skip the grade questions. We'll answer a few during the live streams, but we don't want all the questions to be about grades, guys. So again, this will be the last one.
Yes,
Iron Man 3 and Incredible Hulk.
Why
Why are you looking at me? What are the grades?
Iron Man 3. I really enjoy Iron Man 3. I'll give it a C+. Incredible Hulk, C.
SJW stands for Social
Justice Warrior. That's
There we
what I
go.
was
Thank you,
thinking
guys. Well, see, we don't even know who that is then. Sorry, Samuel. Which is more boring in your opinion? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Gotham? You've never seen either, correct?
No, I'm not seeing Gotham.
Clint's one-liners or Arnold's?
It's completely different. Clint Eastwood's just the iconic one to go with.
What do you think of the OG Planet of the Apes movies?
They're really cheesy looking back on them compared to what we got with the new Planet of the Apes trilogy, but I do enjoy the original 1968.
If you could visit Canada 1 year, what province would you visit? Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec, or British Columbia?
Ontario, that's where Jay Vader is.
Oh, it does? All right, well, I'm going there too. All right, we're not answering any more grade questions. Walking Dead or Game of Thrones?
I have not seen The Walking Dead, but Game of Thrones is amazing.
I've only seen a little. I mean, I can't answer this one. Do you think Keanu's better as Neo or John Wick, Ryan?
John Wick.
Do you know Justin watches movies?
Yes.
Great channel.
YouTuber. Go check him out. We've
Great
done
channel.
some collabs.
So Multi Danny's asking how bad the virus is in our state.
It's bad. It's
It's
one
bad.
Of the top,
No, we're one of the top
it's
ones.
bad. It's one of the top 5.
It's one of the top 5 in the country.
Yeah. We've had some of the most cases, but as an essential employee, everyone has to wear masks in every single area in the Massachusetts state.
Yep.
Everyone has to wash their hands, social distance, all of the jazz
Yep.
you've heard.
A lot of the things are still closed in our state, so we're definitely still.
Governor Baker introduced the phases of reopening. It's going to take a long time. It's
Yep.
not going to happen overnight. And
So yeah, we'll
see.
We're one of the top states for sure that's going through it.
We'll see.
We already answered your question, Elias. Ryan, do you watch Breakfast All Day reviews and other stuff?
I have not. Is it good?
Favorite Mandalorian episode? What's up, Darth Vader?
Darth Vader. You're like my hero. Mandalorian's fantastic. I am already pumped for season 2, and I can't wait to watch the Clone Wars because of all the characters that are going to be in season 2, like Ahsoka Tano. I've heard amazing things about. What's his name? Oh, Boba Fett, Commander Rex actor. My favorite Mandalorian episode is probably episode 7, where we see Gus Fring show up at the end.
Spoiler,
Kills Nick Nolte. That was just a mind-blowing episode.
Cody, do you edit all the videos? Yes, I do. That is my job. I am the editor.
Yes.
Every single video you see put out by this guy right here goes through me first. I love editing, though. It's a side hobby I have. One needs to go, onions or garlic? Garlic.
I work in produce, so definitely.
Oh, that's a good question for you then.
onions.
Why?
My God, the
It makes
power of onions makes you cry. my eyes.
Wow, that was a perfect question for you. That's funny.
Onions.
When will you be making another Q&A? We kind of do them just spur of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll be doing lots of them during this, so probably in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we did one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now we're doing one now, so maybe 2 weeks is the best bet. What's better studio, Warner Brothers or Disney?
That's a different competition. I go with Disney just because I'm the Disney guy, but Warner Brothers is great, and especially with the Snyder Cut and all that, they're doing great stuff. Launching HBO Max, which I will not be getting HBO Max until the Snyder Cut comes out.
Thoughts on Don Shanks Myers? Do you know what that is?
I haven't visited that.
Favorite Tim Burton movie?
It's got to be Edward Scissorhands.
Do you watch Chris Stuckman?
Yeah.
Still do.
I still watch Chris Stuckman. I know a lot of people talk crap about Chris Stuckman now just because of how he's changed, but he's the biggest reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
So respect.
I think he's the most influential reviewer we've had. I love the way he does his videos.
My guy Zach.
Yeah, Zach, I love your channel, man, and looking forward to watching your upcoming stuff.
I will keep saying.
And looking forward to having you on the Fallen for Film podcast very soon.
Favorite Blu-ray box set you own, Ryan?
Favorite one has got to be Star Wars, pretty much.
You own the box set?
Game of Thrones, those are good ones to have. James Bond, also have that over there.
Yeah, you don't own the Star Wars box set. I was going to say, what?
Wait, what's he?
Like a box, like that. Like Game of Thrones, James Bond.
Definitely Game of
You also
Thrones.
have the Godfather one up there, too.
Probably Game of Thrones.
Have you watched Flowers of War with Christian Bale from 2011?
That's a very underrated one I heard people talk about, but I haven't seen it.
What's going on, Flicks? And a name I have not seen.
Flicks, welcome.
Have you seen Jungle 2017?
I have not.
Elias, we answered your question.
We answered your question. I have a review out for the Willoughbys. You can go check that out. I did not like it.
The Walking Dead seasons grades. Again, have not seen all of them.
The show.
Best Guy Ritchie film.
The Gentleman's definitely up there, but would it be The Gentleman for me? Yeah, it'd probably be The Gentleman for me.
Cool.
I really like that movie.
Ryan and Cody, what are your favorite foods? Good question.
Pizza.
Pizza's always a good go-to for us. Chinese food.
Burritos.
Calzones. Pretty much all the unhealthy stuff. So,
I don't want to talk negativity about this.
You don't want.
We're not going to talk negativity about that. Sorry,
okay,
Joey.
No worries, Trade Max. Thank you for being here. Isn't Fast 5 amazing?
Yeah, it's the best Fast and Furious movie for me. I really enjoyed it.
How many animated shows have you seen? It's hard to just pinpoint a number right now.
I actually did a top 5 list most recently on the Fallen for Film podcast, like cartoon shows I watched growing up. So those are all animated. You can go check that out.
Do you watch anime?
Not the anime guy.
Not the animated guy. Jim Carrey as the Riddler?
Not good. Not good. I love Jim Carrey, though, but as the Riddler just didn't fit for me.
What's going on, James? He's asking us if we watched The Last Dance documentary.
I've gotten so many questions from people, and a lot of people give me crap now. Why haven't you seen The Last Dance?
You like basketball.
I love Michael Jordan. He's easily the best NBA player ever. And his documentary, people are saying like it's gonna be an Oscar winner, but usually like the favorite for best documentary never gets nominated. So this is not getting nominated, and the Oscars might not even happen this year, which I will be talking about.
Name your go-to pickup line. I don't really use pickup lines.
Yeah.
I just try to stay myself. You know,
my dad always tells me, "Don't use a pickup line. Just be yourself."
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Yes, definitely. They're all the best movies of all time.
We've been doing this for like an hour. So
we have.
We'll wrap this up.
We're gonna go through these pretty quickly.
Thank you guys very much for the questions. Let me refresh this. See how many.
Yeah, we still have a lot.
Have.
We still have a lot of
curious.
questions here.
24 thumbs up, guys. We got 20. Let's get to 30.
Is your dad a fan of movies, Ryan?
He is a fan of movies. He's mostly a fan of comic book movies. He is a huge comic book junkie like I am, which is great.
Yep, and a lot of the stuff behind us are from him, so thank you. Can you quote Scarface, Ryan?
Can you quote, "Say hello to my little friend"?
We've already answered that. Thanos or Cable from Deadpool 2, Ryan? Which is a better Brolin performance?
Thanos. Cable, he's funny, but Thanos is like very developed.
Let's see. Favorite characters from Game of Thrones, Ryan?
Definitely Tyrion Lannister is easily my favorite. Just how they ended him was awful. Jon Snow, the way they treated him was awful. Daenerys, just how they treated my 3 favorite characters, Daenerys, Tyrion, and Jon, awful. Like how D&D did it just ruined the show for me.
Do you go back and react to any of your old videos? Yeah, but
No.
we'd like to do a video sometime too
Yes,
about
yes,
doing
yes,
that.
yes.
Let's see.
All right, let's do a rapid fire session.
What are your thoughts about school? It's important. Get your education.
Get it? Yeah. Get it.
Let's see. What are your thoughts about Scoob? There's a review on the channel.
Go check it out.
Do you love The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, Ryan?
Yeah.
Do you know Captain Sabretooth? Have you heard of It's a Mad Max?
It's a mad world. No.
Baseball fan? Yeah, I grew up playing baseball, and
we're Red Sox fans, so we don't like you Yankees profile.
But we appreciate you being here, Yankees, for sure. Jared asked, "Do you watch any pro wrestling?" We don't.
No.
We don't. Sorry. Have you seen Animal House?
No, I haven't, but I've heard many great things about it.
Have you seen the horrible Ratatouille ripoff?
No.
Why did you change from star grades to letter grades? A good question.
That's a great question. There's a time where I think changing things up since you've been doing something for a long time.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Good. And I think now the letter grades are a lot easier than doing the star grades.
I think it's a little more professional too. Not saying people who use the stars is a bad thing. I just think the grades are a little more professional. Thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender?
It's an amazing show. I absolutely love it. It's like one of the flawless shows.
As teens, did you guys play Minecraft? So Minecraft was actually a game that came out when we were already past being teenagers. So no, we didn't play it. Actually, I have played it. I just we didn't grow up with it, if that makes sense. What do you like about Batman Forever?
The visuals. Some of the jokes are funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You must play The Last of Us, Cody. I've heard great things. Ryan actually bought it for me, and I gotta still check it out for sure. Yeah, and you also haven't seen The Godfather yet. Let's see here.
See the second one.
What did you think of The Green Mile, Ryan?
It's depressing as all heck. I never want to watch it again, but it's a very great movie.
Coen Brothers movie, your favorite?
No Country for Old Men. That's just a phenomenal movie.
Aren't Warrior and Casino Royale both great?
I did a review for Warrior, so you can go check that out. I love Warrior. Casino Royale is my favorite horror movie.
Asking if you'll be doing a ranking of the Indiana Jones movies when 5 comes out.
Yeah, that's one of the series I plan on doing.
One needs to go, air conditioning or ceiling fans. They both have the same reason to exist, so don't get rid of any. Them. Favorite scene from Citizen Kane?
If you watch my review, my favorite scene was the Rosebud scene. Just an iconic scene.
Favorite Mad Max film?
Fury Road.
How has Chris Stuckman changed? I think he's still great.
A lot of people complain just he wasn't that energetic, Chris Stuckman, but he's grown more professional, and the way he does his videos, I think, is great.
Did you know Alec Baldwin and George were in the? Yes, I knew Alec Baldwin was in Thomas.
I knew Alec Baldwin was in that. I enjoyed that movie, actually.
Have you seen Dead to Me on Netflix?
No, I haven't, but I've heard great things.
Have you seen Black Nerd Comedy?
Yeah, Andre, he's funny.
Favorite foreign film excluding Parasite?
Snowpiercer.
Is The Invisible Man worth it?
Yes, it's one of the best films this year. Lee Winnell.
Have you heard of Trespass with Nicole Kidman and Nick Cage?
I've heard of it, but I haven't visited.
Let's see here.
That was.
Wait, what was this?
Oh, our Baby Driver intro with Cedric. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Do you love watching movies? No.
No. Why am I doing this channel?
Thoughts on Playing with Fire?
A masterpiece. If you have John Cena taking a shit in the woods, masterpiece.
What's your favorite Christmas classic? Better than Home Alone or Jingle All the Way?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Elf. Elf is a great one too. Do you know Arnold Vosloo? Best scene in The Dark Knight?
The interrogation scene.
Have you met Jay Vaders in person?
No, but I would love to. Mr. Vaders, if you're watching, let's get something.
We were going to before the pandemic happened, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. No problem for the entertainment. Have you seen Alec Baldwin's Bitcoin commercial? No. We're not talking politics on here. And this last question, Ryan. Favorite scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman?
Favorite scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is when Leo is freaking out in the RV. That's easily my favorite. And The Irishman, my favorite scene. I would say the ending shot with Robert De Niro as an old man, just looking back on his life. Just great scene.
There you go.
There you have it, guys. That was another random Q&A. If you guys tuned in, thank you. Thank you for submitting questions, having fun with us, talking movies and all of that. Like I said, guys, we got lots of questions about the Snyder Cut. I will be talking in depth about that in this upcoming episode of the Fallen for Film podcast with Colin Williams, my co-host, and our guest this week is Jaron Talks Movies. We will so excited to have Jaron on, and we'll be talking all about the Snyder Cut there. Sorry, guys, we didn't answer any of that.
We want to save all the thoughts for that podcast. You guys should be checking out the podcast too. Anyways, also look forward on Friday. Ryan will have a new review out for The Lovebirds, the new Camille Nanjiani movie on Friday. Look forward to that. Also, Ryan will be dropping his top 10 tips for starting a YouTube movie reviewing channel. So if you're interested in those, look forward to those 2 videos coming out here towards the end of the week. Thanks for hanging out with us for an hour, guys. We appreciate it. Ryan, close us off.
Yes, thank you guys as always for watching this Q&A, and all my social media links are in the description below. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Have a great week.
You too, guys.